Thank you. And Ms. Ballantyne, I get your passionate advocacy for higher wages and compensation for early childhood educators. Perhaps you could educate us very briefly on the cost of getting an ECE degree, how long it takes, how much does it cost? I want to put that into context for all of us.
Well, first of all, the minimum qualifications vary from jurisdiction to jurisdiction. We're in a very unfortunate situation in Canada right now that because there's been such difficulty with respect to
Ms. Ballantyne, if I can just remind you to...
Yes, sorry, I'm sorry. Yeah. We're in a difficult position because of the difficulty around recruitment and retention. There are large numbers of staff working in childcare who don't meet the minimum qualifications. Exceptions continue to be made to regulations just to be able to keep the sector open. This isn't what desperate circumstances we're in right now. The pandemic, of course, has made things even worse. In most jurisdictions, it require 2 years of post-secondary schooling. And we think actually it should require more. The other is that we shouldn't be just looking at the educational requirements for early childhood educators, but also the leaders of programs. Right now, there is no minimum qualifications or education programs to be a director or supervisor in a program. All that needs to be changed. And all that, again, will require changes in compensation. I should say, though, because Mr. Alexander made the point, there's a lot of debate about whether or not money should go into training and professional development, and if that is the solution to bringing more into the field. The problem we have right now is retaining educators in the field, and we are not going to be able to expand the system, whatever the system looks like, in any jurisdiction, and this is true for Quebec as well, unless we address the workforce. That's why we think as part of the agreements, there must be provisions that require provinces and territories to develop a workforce strategy, and that the federal funds could be used to support that strategy.
Just very quickly to add on that, where it looks like a lot of the turnover is when early educators hit around the 5-year mark, and that's remarkable to me because I know from most occupations, the first couple of years you're still an apprentice, you're still learning your trade. It's only when you get to years 3, 4, and 5 that you're actually, really a trained expert in your field. So what's happening is we're actually losing the experienced educators and then replacing them with recent graduates. And I actually think that has an impact on the quality of the programs. Right, so the retention issue is really, really important.
Thank you for these answers and for that precision. It is very interesting and concerning.